Good morning, and happy Thursday. Today's Thursday. I almost said happy Friday. It was almost Friday. Almost Friday, y'all. How we doing this morning? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So today, what are we doing today? We are making patches today, y'all. We are gonna make patches. Let's see, go back. Good morning. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Jen. How we doing this morning? Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, everybody. How is Karen? Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Becky. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all, we're going to make patches. I made one this morning, so I decided, I was like, you know what? We're going to see if I remember how to make them before I go and show y'all how to make them. So I made a patch this morning. So this is what we're doing this morning. Good morning, coolest dad. How you doing this morning? We are going to do patches. We're going to do patches. I made, I'm working on more mug rugs because I want to get some posted. So I did another mug rug this morning. So let's cut this out while we wait. While we wait this morning. I like making mug rugs. Mug rugs are a lot of fun. Especially with these new transfers that I've been getting. They are lots of fun. And it's Thursday morning, y'all. Thursday morning. How's y'all's week been? We had some fun. I have to say, yesterday's live was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed the interaction we got yesterday and the bag that we ended up coming up with. So that turned out really, really cool. So today, like I said, today we are going to, good morning. Today we are going to be making patches. I'm going to show y'all how to do patches. Let me get this flipped around, and then I'm going to show you the supplies that we're gonna use. So you're going to be a little shocked. You're going to be a little shocked because the supplies that you use, one of the supplies is something that you're going to get in the over in like the paint section, where you get household paint. I don't know if some of y'all live in a cold areas. Some of you live in the cold areas. Another mug rug made. Loving the mug rugs. Good morning. So got another mug rug made. So I know a lot of y'all live in like the cold areas. So is the storm? It is coolest dad. So it's kind of scary. We're all kind of scared because we have, good morning. We have, they bagged like 7,000 sandbags yesterday. And they are handing all these sandbags out to everybody. Everybody's getting ready. So the storm is supposed to hit Friday. I know my husband's going to go get a couple cans of gas, fill up the generator. That way, just in case we lose power. Everybody's kind of leery. So with all the flooding we had last couple weeks ago. So we're still, we got a lot of recovery to do. So hoping it doesn't hit like it did last time. So, good morning. I'll come over by you there, Cynthia. I'll come over by you. So, like I said, today, we're going to have some fun. Who likes patches? Who likes to make patches? And I'm going to show y'all the very easy way to do patches. So, I decided to do Minnie. Isn't she cute? She's cute. Who doesn't like Minnie Mouse? So Minnie Mouse is fun. So I did her this morning. I'm like, I better do one just to make sure. So, all right. I've got patch fabric. So I'm going to show you. I don't have patch fabric. I'm going to show you what I did. I'm going to show y'all what I did. So what are you going to need? Y'all, you ready for this? So first thing, you're going to need some 505 spray. Good morning, Miss Lisa. Good morning. You're going to need some 505 spray. I unmirrored good morning, Amy. I unmirrored the, the camera. That way I'm right side so y'all can see exactly what I'm looking at. So you're going to need some 505 spray. You're going to need a container to spray that piece in there. So that way you're not spraying on anything else. So I just used a bowl or something I have in the kitchen. So you're gonna need that. You're gonna need some Ultra Bond, heat and bond. You're gonna need some heat and bond. So you're gonna need that. You're gonna need some tearaway stabilizer. You're gonna need, so we'll need some tearaway stabilizer. You're going to need a piece of fabric, that you're gonna, thanks for the follows, y'all. So I'm going to use, let's see what I got here. Because, I mean, you can literally use anything. We're gonna get, so this morning on this one, I used some pleather. I have so much of it, so you got to use it for different things. So I'm going to get some of that out. We are doing patches. I'm going to show y'all how to make a patch. So that way, any of y'all can make a patch. You don't have to have the patch material. Yes, tearaway. So you need tearaway. You need some tearaway. I mean, you can use any of the stabilizer you want, but I use tearaway on mine. And then, you ready for this one? So, go to, let's see, go to your hardware stores, go to your places, get you some plastic sheeting. You need a thing of plastic sheeting. Doesn't cost, it's like 12 bucks for this. So, get you some plastic sheeting. And that's going to go on the last step. That'll be the last, yes, plastic sheeting. Can y'all see that? And we're going to do a patch. We are going to do a patch. So let me put this over here. So what we're going to do is, I got a mess going here. How did I get a mess going here? So I'm going to move this stuff over, like I said. And the heat and bond. Would it clear? Maybe, possibly. I don't know, because when it embroideries through it, it could possibly work. It's worth a try. Because when the embroidery goes through it, it actually cuts the holes all the way around it and it pulls it off. I think the shower curtain's a little bit thicker, because as you see, this is pretty thin stuff. So this is that plastic sheeting. So I'm not sure about the shower curtain, because I don't know, but worth a try though. So, but when you get this, you're gonna have maybe a cheap thin one. Yeah, possibly. It's worth a try. You can get it for like a it is to-doom. Let's see. It says ply. It does not say. It just says plastic sheeting, 10 by 25, 3.5 milliliters, MIL. I'm assuming that's the ply. I'm assuming that may be the ply. Possibly. So, well, that would probably work, Cynthia. It's worth a try, because you could get them for like, what, $1? I didn't think about that. See, I should have thought about that yesterday. See? That's why you guys give me all, that's the ply. Okay. So now we got the ply. Don't forget your coffee this morning. I need to know to drink coffee. So, okay. So what we're going to do is I am going to hoop. So like I said, I did Minnie this morning. I think we'll go ahead and do Mickey. We have Minnie on here, so let's go ahead and do a Mickey. Can you make your, absolutely. I can totally, I just have to digitize it. On there. So you can totally make the logo. Good morning. So I lost my software. I had a server crash, or my computer crash. Oh, probably, I don't know, 6-8 months ago. And I lost my software that I used. So I have some other software that I use. It's just not the same. So I'm still trying to figure out how to use it. Okay. So I think we'll go ahead. Yeah, it kind of aggravating. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to use a small hoop. I'm using a small hoop. This is a 4x4 hoop. So this is one of those small hoops, because I know a lot of y'all only have the 4x4 hoops. So we're going to use a 4x4 hoop. I'm using a small one. Go figure, right? Go figure. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of the tearaway. Like I said, I use tearaway. You can use the other ones. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter on this one. So, but I like to use tearaway. It makes it easier. So I'm going to cut a piece and then we're going to also use, like I said, I'm going to use some pleather. You could use whatever fabric that you want for your backing, because you see the green there? This is whatever fabric you want on there. So whatever fabric you want in that background, whether it be cotton, twill, I mean, it could be pretty much anything. So what do you call it? Felt. Felt actually works out pretty good too. You can use felt in there. So any fabric you want as a background, because we're going to load 2 embroidery designs at one time into the machine. 2 at one time, and I'll show y'all. And you got to do them in order. You have to do those in order. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to load this, and I'm thinking, because we're going to do Mickey. We're going to do Mickey on the next one, because we did Minnie on that one. So now we're going to do Mickey. So I'm going to use this color. I am going to use this color. Thinking, yeah, I think that color will work. So we're going to load this one. So I'm going to load tearaway. And like I said, this is just pleather. So I'm going to cut that in half. I think if I cut in half, which would be, so I'm going to turn it this way. Turn it this way so you can see. Go to doom. So I'm going to cut this in half. Like I said, I'm hooping this little 4x4 hoop. It's kind of funny. I always use all these big hoops. So I'm tearaway and the other one. So I'm going to loosen this a little bit because and we're not using the plastic sheeting yet. We're not going to use that yet. So that'll come in after we get the first step of embroidery done. Once we get that first step of embroidery done, then we'll go to that. So then we're going to put this in here, and I need to loosen it just a little bit more. Tighten that in there. That there. And so then we'll tighten that up. And then we're going to go over to the embroidery machine. Then we will go over to the embroidery machine. And I'll take the patch with me because isn't this the cutest patch? Isn't it the cutest patch? You know, so I'm going to a conference. And the conference that I'm going to is at the Disney World in Florida. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need some Disney patches. Maybe I need some Disney patches. So I'm going to have some fun with that. So, okay. So I'm going to pop y'all. Yes, going to Orlando. Orlando, which I am not a city driver, and luckily my husband was able to get the time off, so he's going with me. Yeah, I hope so. I have a bunch of conferences that I'm going to do, but so what I'm going to do is, what kind of fabric? So, you're no need to apologize at all. No need to apologize. So I have pleather. If you Google pleather, you'll find it's like 4 hours for me. Oh, awesome. That's so cool. I'll be like, hi. So what we're going to do is we are going to flip this camera around. I'm going to go ahead and, because like I said, I did this morning. I'm going to delete these out of here, and I'm going to show y'all what we're going to do. So the first thing you want to load in there, the first thing we want to load is the center, is whatever you're wanting to embroidery on there. That's the first thing we want to load. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into Disney. Like I said, we're adding Mickey. We're going to add Mickey on here. So we're going to add his face. And we are going to, is that the same size? Yeah. So we're going to set him in there. So he's in there. So now you need that circle. You need the circle around there that makes it a patch. So now what we're going to do is down here, you're going to see where it says add. You're going to click that add button. You can add another embroidery in here. You already have one. We're going to add another one. So we're going to go into the thumb drive. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go down to patches. I'm going to go down to patches. And then I am going to go down to a circle patch. And this one is about, I don't know, we're going to say 2.5. We're going to say 2.5. Thanks for the heart me. Thank you for the heart me. So I think if we go 3, let's see. Looks like that's okay. So we're going to say set. So there we are. So I thinking that looks okay. I want to move him just a little bit. We're going to move him just a little bit. So we're going to move him over. Oh, we're going to go over the other way. Get him centered. Okay. We're going to get him centered. So there we go. So now we're ready, guys. We are ready. So we're going to click embroidery. So what we're going to, first thing we're going to do is we're going to embroidery Mickey. Yeah, that's right. Mickey and Minnie. I was like, am I saying that right? So we're going to embroider Mickey in the middle here. And then once we get Mickey in the middle there, we will actually pull this off of here and unhoop it and cut it out. So I know it sounds a little weird. It sounds a little weird. I'm like, wait a minute. No. So, but it works. Promise you. Promise you. Because look, here's that. And it has the sticky stuff on the back. And it works out really well. Works out really well. Man, y'all, it's been chilly here in the last morning. It is warm. It is warm this morning. Lisa, is it warm your way? It is warm here this morning, y'all. So I'm going to load y'all back in here. Load y'all back in here. And now we're going to start. So what we'll do is, first color we need is the face color. So face color on there. So we're going to load that one. 50 there. 50 there. Y'all, I think it's probably like 70 some degrees here. It's cold in Arkansas. 64. Yeah, it's warm this morning. The male mass. Oh, so maybe I shouldn't say that. Hot. Warm, warm, warm. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I think so. I think it was like spit and rain when I got up this morning. So I think it was spit and rain when I got up this morning. 53 in Maryland. 53 in Maryland. Welcome all y'all. Welcome, welcome. So I'm going to embroider the face here. Embroider the face. 46 in St. Louis. Wow. Okay. We're going to go ahead and start. And it's only going to take about 12 minutes to stitch this out. So, pleather, yes. So, it'll take about 12 minutes for us to do this. We're going to be able to do a couple patches, y'all. We'll be able to do a couple patches. Maybe we'll have some fun and we'll try and create my logo on the machine. We'll try and create my logo on the machine and see how it works out. 45 in southern Pennsylvania. Wow. 41 in New Hampshire. Y'all are cool. Y'all are a little chilly there. He said it's a little warm here, so. I'm excited, actually. I have an appointment today. I will not be in office today, Miss Lisa. Bring on the cooler weather. Yeah. Living in Arizona, you wait for spring. You're like, yes, finally. Good morning, Marie. How are you this morning? Good morning, good morning. Anybody joining this morning? We're doing patches. We are making patches. I'm going to show y'all how to do patches this morning. So right now we have 61 in upstate Carolina. Feels cold, so cold. It's the humidity. Have you tried? Absolutely, yeah, I have. So I'll send you a thing. I'll have to create a Zon thing for you guys. That way you can see what I use off of there. Because I haven't had any issue because actually the thread that I'm using right now is from Zon. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll have to do that. Maybe I'll do that this weekend for you guys. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. Okay, can do. Can do. Not a problem. Not a problem. All right, Miss Lisa, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. How do you spell it? Well, whack. Oh, let me write that down. I'm going to write that down because somebody said that the other day. And I wanted to check that out, and I couldn't remember what the name was. So thank you for saying that again. Thank you for saying that. And grab my coffee. Grabbing my coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Oh, really? Awesome. Oh, cool. I'll have to look and see. I'll check that out. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay, white is the next color. White is the next color. Load white. So I always have big things of the white and black thread. Oops. Because I use so much of the white and black. Depending on what you're doing, so we're gonna go there. I may have to make another bag when I go there. That was fun yesterday making the bag. Did y'all enjoy making the bag yesterday? That was a lot of fun. And all y'all helped too. I appreciate all y'all's help with everything. So that's the fun thing about our lives that we have here. We all get to join in. Yes, the bag making was fun, right? And that's what I really enjoy about the lives is everybody gets to join in and give opinions on what we're doing or say, hey, let's do it that way. It was a lot of fun. Lots of fun. Okay, now we're loading the red. We're going to load the red in here. Right? I am in love with the bag, y'all. I am in love with that bag. So we need red. Red, red, red. That's that song by, who is it? Somebody sings that. Old Red. Old Red. You're working on bag making this? Yes, that's right. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you. Yes. He is awesome. He's like probably my favorite singer. Yes, Amy, I want to see it too, Miss Cynthia. You have to share. You're going to have to share with us because we want to see. We want to see. And pink. Pink for the inside of the mouth, or that's the tongue. I think the tongue is pink. The tongue is pink. Red. Where did my pink go? There you are. It's like, where did my pink go? Where did my pink go? Y'all, I organized in here last weekend, and it's already unorganized. So that's what happens every day. You're in here, and then okay, next color is black. I am sewing a bag today too. So they've made it where you can actually send pictures in the chats now. You can actually send pictures in the chat now, which is kind of cool. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you. I appreciate the heart me's, y'all. I appreciate them. Okay, so now we're going to load black. That's the last color. And then good morning. Good morning from Texas. 68 degrees here. So this is a Luminaire 2. It is a Luminaire 2. So we're going to load the black. So if you're just joining, y'all, we're learning how to make patches today. We are learning how to make a patch today. So I think what we're going to do, because we're going to have time to make a few. We will have time to make a few of these. So I think what we'll do is we're going to work on loading the last color. So this is one that I did this morning just as a test, just to make sure that I remembered how to do it, which I did. So we're good. 6K. Y'all are awesome this morning. Y'all are rolling. Y'all are rolling this morning. So good morning. Good morning. So yeah, I'm showing everybody how, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am showing everybody how to do patches this morning. So we're working on the last color here. So is the patch, so the patch is like for, to iron on. It'll be an iron on patch, which I like to, good morning, Miss Lisa. Good morning. which I like to, even though my hair is a mess. Well, I'm going to get my hair done today. So, even though you iron them on, I still like to stitch. I still like once you iron them on, I still like to stitch around right in this, like just a straight stitch around the edge. But you don't have to, because that heat and bond makes it go. Yeah. Yes. I am actually going to do my hair, and y'all, I'm getting my nails done too. I haven't had my nails done in quite some time, so I am pampering myself today for once. So it's been a while. It's been a while. Right? You got to do that every once in a while. So, but I got to drive all the way to the valley to do it. So, got to drive all the way to the valley. So, it takes a couple hours to get to where I got to go. Well, thank you, Miss Amy. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are awesome. So, all right. So now we are doing the black thread on here. It's about an hour for them, but I might still go say hi. I might still drive that hour and go say hi to them. So you never know, but depends on if they're sleeping or not. So, because DJ's working nights, and so I'll have to call Miss Jackie and find out. So, so we are stitching. Oops, sorry about that one. A little far. We are stitching the black in here, and you know, this is my most favorite stitch when I'm doing an embroidery, is that last stitch when it adds the black. When it adds the black on here, it just makes it just comes to life, because you know, you have all the other colors on here and you're like, how is that gonna turn out like that? But the thing is that black starts stitching in there, and it turns into the coolest design. It is so much fun to watch. I don't know. I can sit and watch embroideries all day long, y'all. I can sit and watch embroideries all day long. So, and again, if y'all are just joining or hanging out, are you close? Susan, I am about, so the New Mexico border, I can get to the New Mexico border in a couple hours. So about 2 hours from New Mexico. So I'm pretty much smack dab in the middle of Arizona. We're about the middle of the state here, so. Not too far. About 5 hours from Albuquerque. So Albuquerque, it would take, because from here to, because a lot of times we go to Colorado, and Gallup is probably about 3 hours to Gallup, and then I think it's another couple hours to theirs. So now it's got the nose, and we're about done stitching this color, and then I'll show y'all the next step. I will show y'all the next step here, and the next step is where it turns into a patch. So, and what we did is, so we loaded two designs. We loaded this design first, and then we did an add, and loaded a second design. That second design was the outer, that outer patch there. So now it's got a stitch. It stitches its trademark on there. So you'll notice with all Disney designs, it has that on there. So, and you are required to stitch that. It is an embroidery machine, Jeremy. It's actually an all-in-one. It has you can do sewing, quilting, embroidering, all of it. So, okay, so we're gonna pop this off here, and I'm gonna show y'all what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna flip this around. So we're gonna flip this around, and you'll see. So the next stitch is, good morning, Diana. The next stitch is that circle stitch. Good morning, Snuggler. How are you? So we're gonna do that circle stitch around here. it like, sometimes it, so I'm just gonna stitch that circle around there. Get that circle stitched. All right, so then we're going to come back here and we are going to go here where it says the plus and the minus on here. You're going to hit that plus and minus and you're going to go back a stitch. You're going to go back a stitch. So you're going to go back to the stitch that you just stitched and we'll come back here. We'll come back here. Thanks for the heart me, Erica. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So let me load y'all back on here again. I'm going to load you back on here and we're going to go back over here and because we're going to unhoop this. We are going to unhoop this. Don't do that. Sometimes it's like, oh, turn the live off. No. Thanks for the follow, Jeremy. Thank you for the follow. Oh my gosh, Erica. Thank you very much. You're a sweetheart. You are a sweetheart. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So we have this stitched out. We've got it stitched out. So this was a tearaway stabilizer. And then I have pleather on here. So now we're going back to the cutting table and I'm going to show y'all. Y'all are going to see this here. So we're going to come back over here. Move y'all back this way. My small spaces, y'all. My small spaces. He said, I am in a fifth wheel. So being in a fifth wheel, yeah, kind of work with your space. You work with your space here. Okay. So we have this hooped. So guess what, guys? We're unhooping this. You're like, wait a minute. What are you doing? So you're going to see. You are going to see. So what we need to do is I'm going to tear, do we want to tear this? Well, it won't. That's all right. So, because what we're going to do is we're going to cut as close as you can get to that stitch. Don't cut the stitch, but get as close to it as you can. So, it's raining. Okay. So, let's go ahead and trim around here. So, like I said, don't cut the stitch, but get as close as you can here. So we're going to trim around. I need to turn the fan on. Fan. Get some airflow. Woo. Yeah. I'm kind of afraid that storm's going to hit us again. And we just had a major flood, y'all. They actually declared it a national disaster. So it was awful. Not looking forward to it because a big, huge storm is hitting again this weekend. So, okay, so we're trimming around this. Trim, trim, trim. I'll show you here once we get it all trimmed. And you're trimming just as close as you can to that stitch. Just as close as you can to that stitch without cutting the stitch. You don't want to cut the stitch. Okay, so we have that all trimmed. We have it all trimmed on here. See how it's pretty close to the stitch, but yet not cutting the stitch. There. Hopefully your son is okay. Hopefully your son's okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do. So now we have, this is the sheet, the plastic sheeting. So this is like the plastic sheeting that you would put on your floor if you're painting. I remember back in the day putting this on the windows when it's winter time to keep the cold air from blowing in. So now we're actually going to hoop a piece of plastic. So we're going to hoop this in the hoop, and then we're going to go back to the embroidery machine and we're going to stitch. So now we have this hooped in here. This is all hooped because we've stitched this, we took it out and we cut this one out. So let's go back to the embroidery machine and we're going to stitch a circle around here. We're going to stitch a circle around here and then I'm going to show y'all what we're going to do with this. I'm going to show you. We've almost got a patch, y'all. We have literally almost got a patch. How cool is this? Patches are cool. Patches are cool, y'all. So I'm going to go back over here. I keep moving, y'all. I'm sorry. So go back this way. Go back this way here. So, and again, when, just as a reminder, we went back one stitch. We went back one stitch. You can use plastic sheeting. yeah, so y'all, you know how much this is going to last a lifetime. It was like 12 bucks. It was like 12 bucks. Yeah, this is, I mean, this is a lot. There's a lot here, so. And it works really well. Absolutely, Diana. Absolutely. You know, that's the nice thing is we learn these things on here. You know, I learn things from y'all. You learn things from me. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So you're very welcome. You are very welcome. Okay. So we have that hooped in here and we're going to go ahead and stitch that circle around here. We're going to go ahead and stitch that circle around here. And then we're going to go back over to the cutting table. We'll go back over. What do you do with the blanket? Which blanket there, Jeremy? Okay, so we're going to take this one off and we're going to go back. Good morning. Good morning, Desiree. Good morning. Oh, this is where you're going to find out. This is where you're going to find out here. So we're going to come back over here. We're going to come back over here. So we've cut out, so we embroidered this, and this was done with a tearaway stabilizer. And then I have, I'm using pleather. You can use whatever you want for your background there, whatever you want for the background. So what we did is we hooped it here. We've hooped it here. Now what we're going to do is get you a bowl. You don't want to spray, on your cutting mat or anything like that. So we're going to take this, and I'm going to take this and put it right side down. You're going to put it right side down, and you're going to take that 505 spray. Take that 505 spray. I'm going to trim these threads off here right quick too. I'm going to trim the threads before we add that other backing on here. Okay. So we're going here, and I'm going to take 505 spray, and this is the spray everybody has different spray that they like to use. This is what I like to use. This is what I like to use. Yeah, we're getting to that one. Thank you for the heart me, Jeremy. That is the next step. So once we do this step and get the border around it, we'll come back and do the adhesive for the back. We'll show you that step next. So, okay, so we have it in here, and I'm going to spray this here because just enough to get it stuck on here. Because what we want to do is we want to take this, because it's now got sticky stuff on the back of it, and we're going to line it up with that circle that we just stitched on the plastic. Line it up with the circle that we just stitched on the plastic. And if you don't line it up exactly right, that's all right, because the 505, you can just pop it back off. So that is on there now. So now we're going to take it back to the embroidery machine, and we're going to go ahead and stitch that final stitch around there. We're going to stitch that final stitch around there. And then, Jeremy, I will show you the next step, which will give you the adhesive on the back for you. So, all right, here we go. And welcome to the live, Jeremy. Welcome to the live. We have lots of fun on here. We have lots of fun. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to hoop this on here. I said, and now we're going to go ahead and run that next stitch. We're going to go ahead and run that next stitch on here. I kind of did, it should stay right there where it's at, but sometimes I, just to make sure. And my thread just broke. My thread just broke. Okay, keep going. Yeah, sometimes the adhesive sprays. So I know. I tried some other adhesive spray, and it didn't like it at all. So I moved to the 505 and I don't have as much issues with the 505 spray. I don't have as much issues with that 505. So now we're going to do that last stitch on here, and that last stitch is going to give us that edging. It's going to give us that edging there. So I'm going to stitch this out, and then I'll show y'all how to get, I use, just the universal needles on here. Oops. These are the ones I use. So now it'll stitch this around, and then we will head back over to the table. And like I said, these stitch out really quick. These stitch out really quick. So once we do this one, we'll have some fun with some writing. So we'll maybe we'll see if we can get my name on one of these. We'll see if we can get my name. We'll throw Chickadee Treasures on here. Fun, fun. Yeah, I don't change out because you have embroidery needles. Do you think the plastic would hold up to multiple patches? Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I do patches. I'm doing it on the 4x4 because a lot of y'all have just machines with the 4x4 hoop. But a lot of times I will do patches in my big hoop. If I have to do a bunch of patches, I've done 10 patches at one time. So I think you'd be fine. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Diana. Because you'll see, you have to literally kind of pop it out to make them come out. So we got just about a minute left on this stitching. Just about a minute left here. And these are turning out cute. These are turning out cute. I'm gonna have to, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to, how can I replace the embroidery arm if lost? Oh gosh, Stella. I don't know. I would say you might have to check with your local quilt shop. I don't know where the chickadee birds are from. Have you ever made composition notebook covers? Yes. So, I'll have to show you. I've done the pin holders on the outside. Oh, that's a good idea, Diana. That is a good idea to look on there. That's very well possible. Gosh, I hope you can find one. I hope you can find one. Okay, so that is all done. So we're going to take it back over to the table here. Back over to the table. We're going to come back this way. Come back this way here. Back of this way. Machine is older, so when something... yeah, that really works. Y'all, one day, what did I do with my coffee? One day I got a embroidery machine off there. The people had no idea what they had. They were like, thanks for the follow. They were like, I don't have the presser foot that goes with this machine. And it was an embroidery only, so they didn't have a presser foot on it. And they were like, can we knock like so much off of it to do that? And I'm like, okay. So, but it actually worked out really well, and I used it for years. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Thanks for the follows. Don't forget your coffee. Get your coffee going. Okay. So now what we've done is we have it here. Thank you. That was my mother's mug, so I thought I'd keep using it. So she loved ladybugs. Okay, so we've stitched it on the plastic, and check this out, y'all. The plastic, it just literally cuts right off of there. It just literally cuts right off of there. And so now, and this is where the plastic comes into play. This is where that plastic comes into play. So we're going to use that heat and bond. We're going to put the heat and bond on the back, which will make it an iron-on patch. And the plastic makes that heat and bond stick to it. Because the heat and bond sometimes on the fabric, it doesn't stick or it comes off. It's not coming off that plastic. It's not coming off that plastic. Right, Beverly? This is really quick. They stitch up really quick. Depending on what you're putting on them, they stitch up really quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the heat and bond out. Get the heat and bond out. Somewhere, there you are. I was like, where did you go? Where did you go? So I'm going to turn the iron back on. So we're going to turn the iron back on. So we're going to use this for the back. We're going to use this for the back. Yeah, the plastic is that way that heat and bond adheres to it. And when it adheres to it, it's not coming off. So, and sometimes it will come off of the fabric. It'll come off that fabric. It'll loosen up or whatever, not coming off the plastic or not coming off of the plastic. And that's why, in my opinion, that's why the plastic is used. That's why the plastic is used. So now we're going to do is we're going to take, I already cut one of these off. So we're going to take that heat and bond. I think you could possibly use the Steam-A-Seam too also, but I guess don't matter. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut a circle. So we're going to take this circle. What I did last time is, so we pulled this out of here, and this is still hooped. It seems fine. I've yet to have an issue with it. So we pulled this out, and that's the size of circle we need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to just draw a circle. I was going to use my marker. I used the marker earlier and it kind of bled over. So I'm going to use a smaller one. So I'm going to just draw the circle inside of what I just pulled out of that, because that worked out pretty well. Okay. So multi-use thing there. Multi-use. So I'm going to take that. That can just go in the trash. That one can just go in the trash there. So now what we're going to do is we'll cut out this piece of heat and bond. There's other ways to do patches, because a lot of times I've seen patches. What? All right, you're good, Miss Amy. You are good. A lot of times you have people have done the patches and put the sticky stuff on there during the process on there, but I find that it doesn't stick to the fabric as well when you're doing that. So we're going to cut these out here. I'm going to cut this out, and then we're going to press it. I did turn the iron on. And y'all, these stitch up really quick. Depending on what you're putting on here, they stitch up pretty quick. So, and what we'll do is once we make this one, we'll go back and we're going to make another one. And we're going to add some words to it. So I'm thinking we'll just add, I have it on the hot setting. It's on high. It's on the high setting there. So husband's coming to get tea. Say good morning, guys. Say morning, honey.
Morning.
See, he says morning. Everybody say morning, honey. Okay, so now we have this out, and you have the paper side, and then you have this side. So now what we're going to do is on this side, we're going to kind of line it up with here. We're going to press this down. They said hi, Mr. Chickadee.
Mr. Chickadee.
You're Mr. Chickadee. Gobble, 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 gobble. Chickadee's not a turkey. Crazy. Okay, so we're gonna press this on there. We're gonna press that on here. We gotta get him sewing one day, right? We gotta get him sewing. We're gonna press that on there. We're gonna flip. And that was good. Ouch, that's hot. That's hot. Hot. I should have just pressed instead of moved. Ow, hot. Hot, guys, hot. Iron gets hot. Hot iron. Trim the extra off the side here. Trim the extra off the side. There. There. And then you have paper. Do you have full-time? I am a full-time RVer. Yes, I am a full-time RVer. So there, we now have a patch. We now have a patch. Yay! We have 2 patches, y'all. Look, we have 2 patches. Is that not cool? So I'm thinking what we're going to do, I think what we'll do now, do we want to do another one? Let's do another one, and we will add, my name into it. We'll do Chickadee Treasures in there. We'll see what we can find. We'll have some fun. We'll have some fun with it. Let's have some fun, right? Isn't that cute? And how easy was that? How easy was that to make a patch? That was just the easiest patch to make. Easy, easy, easy patch. Easy patch. Very cool. And look, he's cute. He's cute. And then you have the sticky stuff on the back. The sticky stuff on the back. I'm gonna have to make a few of these and make a bag and put patches on it. How cool would that be? That would be cool. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hoop some more. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. So this one is a green pleather, and this one is I have so much pleather of all kinds of different colors. So all kinds of different colors on there. And I'm thinking we are going to use, let's use some pink. Let's do some pink pleather. Let's use some pink pleather. So I'm thinking what we're going to do. I think we're going to use a bigger hoop. We're going to use a bigger hoop because can only do so much. We're bringing the magnetic hoop out. I have the smaller magnetic hoop. I have a smaller magnetic hoop. So we're going to bring that one out. We're going to hoop. We're going to hoop some stabilizer. Hoop some stabilizer. So this is just tearaway stabilizer that we're hooping on here. Some tearaway stabilizer. And then we're going to hoop. I'm going to go ahead and hoop. This one is cool. Put that one in there. I was like, where'd my magnetic hoop go? Da-doom, da-doom. That didn't get on there very straight. And that pleather does not pull very well. That worked out really well. I hear the wind blowing. Wind is blowing. You don't hear it as much in the toy hauler as you do out in the other section, but sometimes. Okay, that's gonna work. Okay, so now we're gonna go back. Oh, sorry about that, Gracie. So what I was doing is hooping the stabilizer and the pleather in here. And you want me to rehoop it? That way you can see? I apologize. I apologize. I forget. Sometimes I forget to move the camera. Sometimes I forget to move the camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the embroidery machine. And what we're going to do is we're going to create some letters. I'm going to show y'all how to create some letters on there. So we're going to actually load Chickadee Treasures in there. And then we will actually go ahead and load the other one in there too. So I'll show you the whole process. I'll show you the whole process on there. So we're going to come back over here. I'm going to load this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop you guys off here. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Thanks for the follows. We're having fun this morning with patches. We are having fun with patches. So right now I have hooped some tearaway stabilizer on there. And I hooped, I'm using pleather, but you can literally use anything. Felt works really well too. Felt works really well for patches. I really like how felt stitches up. If I have time, we may do what about making a keychain? You could totally make a keychain, Susan. We could totally do a keychain and do one of these and then poke a hole in it and then add the keychain in it. So that's a good idea. That is totally a good idea. You could totally do those. So let's go ahead. So you turn the toy hauler area into, yes, the toy hauler is my sewing room. It is seriously my sewing room. So here, let me show you, flip this camera around. I've got a mess on my cutting table, so apologize about that. So I have an embroidery machine there. I got an embroidery machine there. I have my serger up there. Then I have this one sitting here, and then I have another one over there. So literally, yeah, literally all of it. Thank you, Miss Amy. Literally all of it is sewing back here. So ornaments. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, Michelle, we could totally do ornaments too. That's such a good idea. Such a good idea. All right, so let's go ahead and create another patch. Let's create another patch. Let me flip you around. Thanks for all the gifts, y'all. Thanks for all the gifts and the likes, y'all. We're at 15K this morning. We are at 15K. That is awesome. So we're going to go ahead and remove these. We're going to delete these here. And we're going to add, let's add some words. Let's add some words. Thank you, Miss Amy. I noticed that, oh my gosh, thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. I noticed that the pleather is a little smaller than the hoop. Does that affect the... So when you're stitching on there, that's almost like floating. That's like floating your fabric. So you can float the fabric. As long as you have your stabilizer in here, you're just more or less floating this fabric on top because the stabilizer is going to keep it stable. So that'll keep it stable on there. All right, so let's do this. I'm almost thinking we're going to have a little fun. We're going to add, because we're going to go square. We're going to have a square thing here. We're going to add, let's do that one. We're going to do that one, set that one. So that we're going to make that a little bigger size. We're going to increase the size here a little bit. We're going to go up to 4 inches on this thing. Da-doom, da-doom. One more. Okay. That's pretty close to 4. That one is pretty close to 4. My sewing room is in my full-time toy hauler as well. Awesome, Michelle. That is very cool. You guys are awesome. Okay, so now we have this. So you have this in there. So now what do we want to do? We want to add, we're going to add words. We're going to add words. Let's see, what do we want to use? So I'm thinking, let's use that. Let's use that one. So we're going to put the C, and we're going to change it to medium. We're going to change that size to medium because I think let's see, that might work. So we're going to do smaller letters here. H-I-C-K. We're going to say set. We're going to drag you up. With it being a touch screen, you just can kind of just move it there. So now we're going to add more letters. We're going to add more letters. We use this one. So we're going to do an A. Chica. Oh, that's the wrong. That is, no, that's right. Set. Move you up just a little bit too far. So there's A. And then we're going to add the treasures. Doom. So we're putting my name on here. Then medium. T, can I spell? T-R-E-A-S-U-R-E-S. Is that going to fit? It is going to fit. Set. So we're going to pull you down just a little bit. Okay. So we have chickadee treasures. That works. So then you can sew up apps. Oh, good idea, Amy. Good idea. Okay. So we have that on there. So now I'm almost, you know what? Yeah, I think we'll go there. So now we need to add that patch because we need that square patch around there. So we're going to go here. We're going to go down to patches. And we'll go out. We can make the rectangle work. So we're going to go down because this is 4 inches. So we're going to go down, 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 down. We're going to go 4 by 4. PS. We're going to say set. So we need to go out a little more. So we're going to edit that and we're going to go to size. We're going to go out because we want that to be there. Out just a little bit more. Okay. So what do you guys think? So that'll be a patch. Oh my gosh. You're right. Ah! See, this is why you guys are there. We need to add. Wait, return. I'm going to have to delete that one. Then I'm going to have to add doom, 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 doom. So we need to add, we're going to move this one. Grab this one. Thank you for your help, because I would have totally spaced it. I would have totally spaced it. Treasures. Treasures. I don't know. Let's do this. We're going to use some different verbiage or different lettering because I'm not liking the lettering. Let's do some different lettering. So we're going to go back. Let's try. Let's use that. I kind of like this kind of lettering. Okay. We're going to set that. That is not what I wanted. Well, I guess. Did I spell that right? See, oh my gosh, I can't spell this morning, y'all. So we're going to go boom. And add. Now we need this. We need to size, and we need to make that a little bigger. Okay, is that right, guys? Good morning, Nikki. Hey, no walking this morning, Miss Nikki. We're taking the day off. Okay, so we're going to say add. Add. Patches. Not too bad, Susan. Not too bad at all, actually. The, actually have, 3 AC units in it. And what we do is we run the back one and the, so that we run the one up top and then the one in the toy hauler. We don't run the other one because, and then edit, size, doom. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? It only goes so far. Sometimes you can only make them so big. Sometimes you can only make them so big, so that doesn't work out very well. Dadgummit. Move. It's big enough for that, but it's not big enough for... That is... See, I wanted to add that into there, but it's not going to work out very well, is it? Edit. Size. What I can do, though, size. Oh, other way. We can make that smaller. That works. Then come, go back in the middle. Okay, so then let's grab. Nope. I need to grab the other. There we go. There we go. That works. Okay. Okay, we got it now. I think we're good. Okay. So now let's add colors. Okay. Thank you, Becky. Thank you. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you sit there and it's like, you know, that's what makes it hard. Is like you're sitting there trying to figure it out and I'm like, ah. So what color do we want to do? Do we want to just do black thread? Do we just want to do black thread? Because we could do black thread. What do you think? Okay, let's just do black. Multicolor. Let's see what it stitches out. So I'm going to flip this around. Flip this around. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. I think we're going to stitch the first one. We'll stitch the first one with black thread, and we'll see how it turns out. We will see how this turns out. So we're going to go ahead and start. It should it only takes about 10 minutes to do this. So purple. Oh, I didn't even think about purple. I like it when it has like a fun, maybe purple border. Oh yes, Lisa, that worked. Thanks for the follow, y'all. Thanks for the follow. Anybody that's just joining, we're making a patch. We were working on a patch this morning, so we already made, we made a patch earlier. So what I have hooped right now, I have just a tearaway stabilizer here. I have pleather on here, but you can use any fabric that you want. I'm trying, Miss Amy. I'm trying. You know, like I said, I have all kinds of different things that I do, so y'all are gonna have all kinds of fun stuff to watch. So we'll get this one. You know what we could do is once it gets done there, the outside loop, we're gonna stop it when it gets to the end right here, and I'm gonna load purple. I am going to load purple when it gets right there. So. One. Yeah. So we're gonna cut the thread right there and we're gonna load purple. Sometimes you can stop it in the middle of when it's stitching. You can stop it in the middle when it's doing stitching and change the color. Even though there's not a color change there, you can make it have a color change. So we're going to add purple. Because I like the purple idea. I like the purple idea. And then once we get back to the letters, we'll do black letters. And then the outside edge will be, do I have to have a certain software? No, Cynthia, you don't. So if I'm saying any embroidery machine has the capabilities to do letters. You should have the capability to do letters. You have the Hatch software, Cynthia? You can totally do it with that. You can totally do it with that if you have the Hatch software. That was like perfect timing to get the purple on the outside, y'all. Very cool. Yes, different software does do different things. And depending on what version of software you get, it'll do different things also. Because, like I said, I had the Bernina software that did embroideries. Oh my God, it actually digitized. So I was actually working on digitizing. So, and I still try to do it with the current software I have, but I don't want to share it until I have it all figured out. Very cool. Yeah, you can totally do this with that, Cynthia. I really like that purple. Do y'all see the purple? I'm almost thinking, do you need to change your... No. No, because the bobbin's going to be on the back, so you don't have to. Y'all, look at the purple. Do we want to do purple letters? I'm thinking we're going to do purple letters, y'all. Okay, we're doing purple letters because I am liking the purple. Whoever came up with the purple idea, thank you. So, have you checked with Dime? Because there's a bunch of different companies out there that do magnetic hoops. I have to say, purple is probably my favorite color, so I love purple too. I'm glad we changed the lettering. I'm glad we changed the lettering because I wasn't much liking the other lettering we had on here. Wasn't much liking it, so. Dime, D-I-M-E. That's what these are made by, is a Dime, and they have them for pretty much all sewing machines. I would think they might have yours. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate it. Y'all, we're at 20K likes today. We are at 20K taps. Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome this morning. You guys are completely awesome. Really liking the purple. Really liking the purple. I want to give a big shout out to Miss Amy and Miss Cynthia for helping me. Both of them are awesome and I appreciate their help with this. So. Good morning, good morning. You are awesome, Amy. Good morning, Gracie. How are you this morning? We are working on a patch this morning, so. We already made one patch. Now we're gonna work on this one. We added my name to a patch, so. Definitely gonna have to be making a bag to add these patches to. I'm thinking a patch for the bags. Because remember back in the day, they used to have the Letterman jackets? Did any of y'all ever have Letterman jackets? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Do they still have those? I don't even know if they still have Letterman jackets. You know, it's funny. I'll have to see if I can find a picture. I made my son's Letterman jacket. My dad, so I have to tell you. So I have to tell you this one. So my youngest son, Damon, so he wanted a Letterman jacket, and at the time I really couldn't afford a Letterman jacket. So I took a jean jacket, and I made the patches, and I made his Letterman jacket for him. So I think it turned out really cool. I'll have to see if I can find a picture of it, because I think it turned out really awesome. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and he wore it. I have to say, I love my youngest, well, I love both my sons, but my youngest son wore the clothes. Used to wear the clothes. So it's funny. I had one son that liked to wear the clothes. The other one, he liked to, I think he still, I'll have to ask him if he still has it. I think he has a lot of things. Both the boys have kept a lot of things. So I'll shoot him a message and be like, hey, do you still have that Letterman jacket I made you? So, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was super exciting when it actually turned out. it was cool. So it was funny. There was guys at, I was going to say at work, but at school that they're like, we want one like that. And I'm like, see, Damon, it turned out really awesome. Turned out really awesome. My boys used to think, thank you, Renee. Good morning. Good morning. You got to wave to him. The memories that you can do. So it's one of those things is like, if I need something, I'll just make it. I'll just make it. And the boys used to think, they're like, there's nothing I can't make. There's nothing that I can't make. So why not, right? Why not? So we're getting close. Good morning, Shannon. Good morning. Thanks for joining. I'm gonna flip this camera around. That way y'all can see. Flip this around. So we are working on a patch here. We are working on a patch. We have the tearaway stabilizer hooped, and then I'm using pleather, like I said, but you can use whatever whatever fabric you want for your backing. Pretty much anything works. So, but right now we're doing. We created a patch for my. Oops, hold on. Is it gonna go? Hold on, my thread is messed up. I'm gonna flip you guys back around. I gotta fix my thread. Sometimes the thread works out. Cancel. Cancel console. Okay. Get this going. Sometimes it doesn't cut, so you gotta come back in here and cut it for it. Cut it for it. Okay. Get you rethreaded. Thread you back in there. Okay, so we only have, we got a few more minutes here. We'll get all these stitched on here. And then what we'll do is we'll move to the next step. So you only stitch that first stitch around it. And then, because then we're going to unhoop it. Then we'll unhoop it, and then we will, we're gonna use that plastic. I'll show y'all how to use that plastic on the back. So this is gonna be cute. Thanks for the idea for a patch, guys. Thanks for the idea of a patch. So any of the lives I do, if y'all are new to my lives, y'all get to choose what we make. Y'all get to choose what we make in the lives. So we always have fun with whatever we're doing. And if I don't know how to make it, we learn how to make it together. We learn how to make it together. You're hearing beeping? No, good morning. I'll be getting some, I'll get some today. I will get some today. And then probably what I'll do is I'll make that one of my videos, because, the week off, yeah, I don't have any beeping going in here, Cynthia. So the week off that I'm going to be gone on a conference, I'm going to do a video that I'm going to post each day. So I'm going to record all those videos prior to leaving, because I feel bad I'm leaving, y'all. So I'm going to record 5 videos. Maybe I'll make that the video, one of the videos. So I have a few options y'all told me yesterday. Y'all gave me a few options yesterday. So, well, I don't know. It's like, I feel bad. I don't know. Okay. So now we have this. And I think we're going to do purple. Do we do black on the out? I'm thinking we need black. We're going to do black. The outside's going to do black, because we got all this purple in here now. We need to offset that purple, and we're going to do black. We're going to do black on here. Hot flash. Yes. Hot flash. Oh my gosh. my doctor proceeded to tell me she did blood work. She goes, just wanted to let you know that you're definitely going through menopause. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I already knew I was going through menopause. All these hot flashes are killing me. Okay, so we're going to stitch that first one around it. We're going to stitch the first one around it. And I'm just going to do that first square around there. Trim those threads. This is going to be a cute patch. I am excited. I am excited. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Thank you for the follows. We are making patches this morning. We are making patches this morning. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show y'all because we are going to come back on the design. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see it? So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. We're going to hit that minus and plus on there. And we're going to go back a stitch because we're going to come back and stitch that same stitch that we just stitched. So let's go back over to the cutting table. I'm going to go back over to the cutting table here. Move y'all over a little bit. Again, I'm in an RV, so limited on space here. Okay, so now what we've done is we have this all stitched, and you guys are like, well, we still have more stitching. We're going to unhoop this. We are going to unhoop this. So we're going to unhoop this, and then on here we're going to trim right. I think I'm going to, Bessie. I think I'm going to, because I'm really liking this. I'm really liking this one. So now what we're going to do is you see the seam that we just stitched. We want to trim as close to that seam as possible. As close to that seam as possible. But don't cut the seam. But we don't want to cut the seam on there. So I'm going to trim around, and I'll show y'all once we get it all trimmed. And I saved the pieces here because I use this for the edges of my rope bowls, all kinds of stuff. So there's all kinds of things that you can use that for. So we're going to trim around here. I'm going to trim, trim, trim. Yeah, I might have to make me a bag to put this on because I'm excited. I'm excited. This is so cool. I'm going to save this too. That was hard making. That was a little hard making. Thanks for the follows, y'all. Anybody new to me? We have fun every day. We make something different every day. You guys actually get to choose what we make. So somebody had chose that they wanted to learn how to make patches. So we're learning to make patches. You can see my schedule on my bio. It's clicked in the first thing there. So thank you. Good morning, Miss Paula. Thank you very much for the heart me. Good morning, Ray. How you doing today, Ray? We are making patches today, Ray. Get that one trimmed. Okay. So, like I said, you trim as close as you can. Oh my gosh, can you make... We could probably do that, Amy. I have a guitar, y'all. I have a guitar. I'm not that good at it, so I'm not going to play for you. But I have a guitar. Maybe we could make one. Maybe we could make one. That might be fun. Good morning, Deb. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate all the follows. So, there is that. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and trim... He has 6 of them. Can he teach me to play, please? Can he teach me to play? I used to, when she has a guitar. So when I was in school, I was in band for 6 years. I played the tenor sax. I played Sweet Child of Mine on tenor sax. I love the tenor sax. I played the flute. I played what do you call it? I'll think of it in a minute. Have to get ready for work in a few. That 4-letter word, Ray. That 4-letter word. No fun. Okay, so we're trimming this off here. I'm just going to trim all the pieces of thread off the back. And then we are going to hoop. Y'all are going to... I know any of y'all that have been on here, you've seen what we hooped last time, but I'm going to show y'all what we're going to hoop. Because the next step, I have a dad's guitar. Oh, very cool, Bessie. So this right here is pleather. So this is pleather, so... If you Google, it's like a cheap leather, I guess it is, but it's called pleather, and it's like pretty cheap. You can get it on A. So, but it works pretty well. You can use, box leather. Thank you, Amy. You can use pleather. You can felt. I like felt. If we have time, I don't know if we'll have time or not. We could do another one with felt, because I like felt, flannel, so many different things, but the pleather, I really like the pleather. So now what we're going to do, let me take these pieces here. I'm going to put these off here. Put that there. And so our next thing, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this. What is this, you say? This is plastic shelving, or plastic, yeah, sheet. So this is like plastic sheets that you use. Find it in the paint section at your hardware store. Find it at the paint section at your hardware store. This is the like the plastic that you lay on the floor. And y'all, this is going to last a lifetime. Unless you make billions of patches, you'll never use all of it. You'll never use all of it. So now what we need to do is we are going to, morning, woke up hungry, so feeding her and going back to, love you, Miss Jackie. Love you lots. I'll call you here in a little, this afternoon, because I'm coming to the valley to get my hair done. So Miss Jackie is my daughter-in-law, and she's awesome. I couldn't ask for a better daughter-in-law. So you were awesome. Love you lots, Miss Jackie. Love you lots. If y'all give her a follow, she has some fun lives. She has some fun lives if you want to watch some fun lives. She's on in the evenings. So, all right. So I'm going to hoop this plastic sheeting. Just figured out that Zahn is... Yeah, we have to be careful what we say or we get dinged and they're like, oh, no, no. So, yeah. But, all right. So we're going to take this. We're going to take this. And we're going to come here. And you're going to go to your hoop. So we're going to just hoop this in the magnetic hoop. And we'll trim this off once we get the top on here. Once we get that top on here. A lot of times I just throw this thing on there because, y'all, that magnet is so hard. It's hard. Ugh, there we go. I'm going to pull that out. Pull this way. Get it. So you get it kind of taut. You see how taut that is? The jungle store, yeah. What did I do with my scissors? See? Scissors. Scissors, scissors. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. This is going to be a cool patch, y'all. This is going to be a cool patch. So now I'm going to fold this plastic back up. Fold that plastic back up. All right. So now we're going to take this back, take it back to the embroidery machine. And you know how we backed up one stitch? So we did that stitch. You did that stitch around, and sometimes, so you did the stitch around it and then we cut around it. So now we go back and I did back a stitch and we're going to stitch that exact same stitch on here again. So let's come back over here. Go back this way, back this way, back this way. Y'all are going to always get to go on walkabouts with me here. You always get to go on walkabouts. So we're going to load this back in here. We're going to load this back in here. Somebody posted the other day, they're like, you say everything twice. And sometimes I do. I'm sorry. It's just who I am. Sometimes I do, especially when I'm training or showing people on how to do things. So, I don't know. What is Jackie? Jackie is my daughter-in-law's name. Oh, thanks, Susan. Thank you. So we're going to stitch this stitch. So this is the exact last stitch that I just stitched. So okay, so now we're going to go back over here, back to the cutting table. Walkabout is our, right, Bessie? I'll tell you. So, I had somebody tell me one time, they're like, I just have my, my ironing right there at where I'm at. And that way you can just not have to get up. Y'all, it's good for you to get up. Get that blood moving. Get that blood moving. Because, you know, you can sit there all day. And I find that if I end up sitting there all day, like my feet will swell or whatever. So, but yeah. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, because you have this stitched, you can see that stitched out there? It's all stitched on there. So that was the exact square. Oh, let me go back. Miss Jackie, where are you at? Miss Jackie, I'm going to pin her. I will pin her comment. I will pin her comment. Where are you at, Miss Jackie? There you are. So I'm going to pin her. Pin this comment. So that is Miss Jackie. That is Miss Jackie. She does some different kind of lives, but she's fun to watch. She's awesome. She's gorgeous. I love her. So I think my previous comments were filtered. Shoot. What's your question, Miss Christy? What is your question, Miss Christy? Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow. So get you a bowl. Get you a bowl that you're not using or whatever. Just something. This was like an insert in one of my bowls I had. But that way you can use your, because you're going to use some 505 spray. You're going to use some 505 spray. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this and you're going to go right side down on there. Funny, my backside swells after I sit too long at work. I have a stand-up desk at work, Cynthia. I have a stand-up desk at work. So what we do, have this down like this. And then I'm going to take this spray. And just a little bit. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. So go here. We're going to just, oops, spray it just a little bit. So now I'm going to take this. Can anyone see? I think I'm oh, I got you, Christy. Dollar Tree has sheets 11 by 14 too for, oh my gosh, that is a good price, Christy. That is a good price. Here, I'm going to pin that one. We're going to pin that one because that's a good price there. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. So now we're going to come here and we are going to, right there where you stitched around this, we're going to take, we just sprayed it with that 505 spray. And you can use whatever adhesive, fabric adhesive you want. But I use a 505. It works out really well. So then it gets stuck on there. And I didn't get it sprayed right there. We didn't get it sprayed. Somebody's filtering comments again. Somebody's filtering comments. I apologize if you get filtered and you want to say, you can always message. So we're going to go right there. There. Sometimes you have to, we'll hold it down when it's stitching that stitch because we'll go back on over there and it'll do another stitch around. So when it does that stitch, we can kind of hold it down when it does that. So some of these didn't trim off very well. So we're trimming these off just a little bit. And then we'll go back over there and we'll stitch it down. I'm excited. This is going to be a cool patch. This is going to be a cool patch. Of course I say it's going to be a cool patch because it's my name. It's my name. So I'll tell you, y'all want to know how I got Chickadee? I'll have to tell you how I had Chickadee. I've had the Chickadee for a long time, for years. So use the sheets to cut out Oh, phenomenal idea. Phenomenal idea. Flexible cutting mats for the kitchen, but oh my gosh. That's a good idea too. See, y'all have all the good ideas. Y'all have all the good ideas here. Okay, so we're coming back this way. Walkabout. Here we go on walkabout again. Back on walkabout. Back on walkabout. Okay, so we're going to run that stitch again. So on there, we went back a stitch. So we're going to run that exact stitch that we just did. So, all right. Get this in here. Move it this way. Move it this way. So you said, I just kind of hold it down just a little bit because you just have that 505 spray in there. So we're going to hit start. And it'll go back around because you kind of lined up on here. Y'all, I tried to sew my finger yesterday. Thank you for the follow, y'all. Thanks for the follow. We are making patches. this morning. We're learning how to make patches. And if you've missed the live, I do repost my live. We need your fingers, don't do, yeah, right, Christy? Oh my gosh, I'll have to show you. It's like, ow, ow. Okay, so now we'll do that last stitch. Yeah, so on my finger, let's go this way. So you can see the needle went right down the front of it. I had just gone way too much. I had gone in way too much. So I have an old 1952 machine and I did catch the end of my finger too. Ow, 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 ow. That hurts. I'll tell you. You sew long enough, you're going to end up doing that. Thank you for the heart. Thank you for the hearts. That's very sweet of you. Thank you so much. Y'all are awesome. And we're at 28K this morning. We're at 28K taps. That is awesome. That is awesome. Put this on there. I had to thread the machine again. Thread the machine again. So we're going to get stitching. Okay. Try this again. I had someone just in a Sears can. Oh, how cool is that? There are so many different machines out there, y'all. So many different machines. So Nikki, my friend that's on here, she sent me a picture of a machine she has. Y'all, she's got a featherweight with a red S on it. She has a featherweight with a red S on it, which is the coolest thing. If any of y'all have a sewing machine, the old antique sewing machines with red S's on it, so just so you know, so the old sewing machines, and you know that they have, and they're the Singers, and they have either a red S or a green S on them. The green S, there was lots of those made. Your red, my AC came on. That tells you how warm it is. But if you have one that's got a red S, you have an antique. You have a. There was only so many of each of those made, so make sure you keep those. Make sure you keep those. My mom had one, but I don't know if she had the. Yeah, check the color of S. Red means made during. I'm not sure. I think so. I think so. And they only made so many of those. They're definitely collector's items. They are definitely collector's items. I have one sitting, and you have a Singer featherweight. They're phenomenal. They are phenomenal machines. So, yeah. They are phenomenal machines. Super fun. My mother-in-law has one with a gold on it. Yeah, I'll have to take, so in my office, I have my antique sewing machine. I may have to do a tour of my office for y'all. Maybe I'll do a video of my office, and that way y'all can see my office, because I have quilts hanging on the wall that I've done. I've got my my Singer antique, the really antique one with the red S, sitting in there. So it's, you know, somebody asked me yesterday, they're like, does people at work know you sew? Yep, I do. So, but my sister got my mom's Singer and she used it, and how cool is that? That is very cool. Yeah, I'll do that video. I will do that video. So I'll have to do that. I'll do a walk around video of my office. So you guys will like my office. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. But you'll see that. So I'm a director of IT. So I have a lot of technical stuff. I may have that. Oh, Barrett, 150. Nice. You'll have to send me a picture, Christy. Please send me a picture. I love to see the antique sewing machine. I used to have about 30 of them, and they were all around. I had in my kitchen, I had on top of the cabinet, I had a space to put all of my sewing machines. I had to get rid of some of them. Can you do a walkabout with your machines? Right now? Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me show you what we got. I will show you what we got. You have my mother's travel. Oh, how cool is that? Let me flip you around here. So this one right here I have this one. This is one that I'm making mug rugs on this one. So I have, as you see, I have them going. So, and then I have my, this is a Husqvarna Topaz 50 on this one. This is the one I have here. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the follows, y'all. And then I have this one. I have my, my serger cover lock machine. And y'all get to see that one. Y'all get to see that one. We have some fun with that one. You have about 10. Oh, nice. Very cool. So then I have this one that we're actually stitching on right now. It's actually almost done with that patch. Almost done with that patch. And then I have my Husqvarna Epic 980Q. Y'all, that's the one that'll sew through 16 layers. That is the one that'll sew through 16 layers. That one, I love that machine. That was a surprise gift from my husband. So that was a surprise gift from my husband on there. So fun. He's pretty awesome. He is pretty awesome. So let me put y'all back in here and we're going to go back over to the cutting table here. We're going to go back over to the cutting table and we're going to get, so we're going to go back this way, back this way. Okay. That's my dream to have, I just have a sewing machine and a serger. Hey, you got to start somewhere. Y'all, I'm what, 51 years old? I've been sewing for years and years and years. So I have collected machines over the years and that was fun. I don't work with 62. No, I don't work with 62. I work with the other Lisa. Miss Lisa 62 has ordered 2 quilts from me. So I already did the 1 quilt and Miss Lisa 62 is awesome. So she ordered 1 quilt from me and it's for her good friend for Christmas. And then she just ordered another quilt from me that will actually be quilting. We may be quilting that next week because I got to get it quilted and shipped off to her. So she's just ordered a couple quilts from me. Okay, so we're going to move this stuff over here. We're going to put this, good morning, how are we all doing? Did you see the, no, I'll have to check that out, Cynthia. I will have to check that out. So, okay, so we have sewed this in here. Yes, so that is the other quilt that I'm making for her. That's the other one I'm making for her. Okay, so we have this sewed in here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull this out of here. So now we have this on here. So we have this patch, but we need to add the iron on. We need to add the iron on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, because we just pulled this right out of here. So this is the exact size of the patch. So now, easy peasy, yes, right? Exactly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take that heat and bond. We're going to take the heat and bond on here. And I'm going to lay this out. Sorry that gets loud because lay this out here. Turn it the other way. Turn y'all this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this square here, go up here, and I'm going to draw a line inside of this square, inside of that square. I'm glad everybody is having fun, Miss Amy. I am glad everybody is having fun. So now we're going to draw this square. Turn that iron on. Turn the iron on. Turn the iron on. So draw a square. You just use, so it makes it where you can use that plastic for your template to cut out this square. Hey, might as well use it, right? That way you're not drawing around, because I thought about just drawing around the patch, but then you take the chance on drawing your marker on that patch, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So let's take this off. So that way, if you have a magnetic hoop, make sure you have this in there. I can see a straight line all day long, but I can't draw a straight, right, Paula? Oh my gosh. I am bad about drawing straight lines. I mean, I just drew in there and it's still not a straight line. Still not a straight line, so. But nice thing is, doesn't have to be exactly straight. So I'm going to fold this up. And this is heat and bond, y'all. This is heat and bond that we're using. Heat and bond. And there's the name of that. That is what we're using. So that is what we're using for the back side there. All right, so let's trim this. So now we're going to trim this. So I'm glad. Yeah, I ended up saying everything twice. And like I said, somebody had said the other day, they're like, you say everything twice. I'm like, I know. I just can't help myself. It's the teacher in me. It's the teacher in me. Okay, so now we've drawn around the template. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, and then we're going to press it on the back. So that's where the plastic comes into play. That plastic that we put on the back, this pressing heat and bond actually bonds to it and stays. It's not going to come off. Not going to come off there, so. I love teaching. I teach my, my staff, thank you for the follow, y'all. Thanks for the follow. Good morning. You slept in. What are you doing sleeping in this morning? But that's okay. You're allowed to sleep in because guess what? I repost the videos, so you can still go back and watch them. You can still go back and watch them. I want to sleep in. I have yet to be able to sleep in, y'all. I have yet to be able to sleep in. My sleeping in is like 2:30, 3 o'clock. It's like, I'm sleeping in tomorrow. I tell my husband that, and he's like, uh-huh. Yep. Doesn't work out very well. Okay. So now, what have we done? So we hooped some pleather, and you can use whatever kind of fabric you want. So we hooped fabric, and then just a cutaway or a cutaway tearaway stabilizer on the back. Then we stitched it out. You overslept on the welding hat. Ah, Christy, I reposted it. I reposted it for you. Check this out. Did that not turn out cool? I'm in love. I'm in love with my welding hat. I'm in love with the welding hat. So it turned out cool. Just saying. Just saying. That was fun. Yes, 2 a.m., Cynthia. 2 a.m. Okay. So now we are going to be putting this on the back here. So you want to make sure it goes on the back. So we added the plastic here. So now we want to make sure, and the sticky side down. Sticky side down on there. We're going to go here. And we're going to add this. So I'm going to take it and press it. And the last one I was like moving the, don't move the iron, just press. Just press on there, because if you move the iron, it ends up sliding and it doesn't work out very well. So we're going to take that. So we're going to come here. We're going to press this on here. There's some thread there. I'm going to trim that thread off. Put that down. And this is heat and bond that we're adding to the back here. Heat and bond. So press. Press. I have a what do you call it? A pressing mat, or not a pressing mat, but a I forget what you call it. Heat press. I have like a heat press. It's that I can use, but that's hot, hot, hot. We're gonna let that cool off a minute. We'll let it cool off a minute, and then we'll trim it. Shanna sleeps a couple hours. I know. I don't know. I can't help myself. I go to sleep. You got to sleep at 6 what the heck? What the heck? Okay. So, as that's cooling off, y'all, check these out. I'm excited. I'm excited. Super excited. Do y'all think you can do patches now? What do you think? You think you can do a patch now? Let me trim this. We're going to trim because sometimes we got to trim the paper on the outside. Just make sure you don't trim. Be careful when you're doing that. Don't trim your stitches. If you trim your stitches, it doesn't work out very well. There's some stuff that they have that you can put on your stitches that if you happen to trim your stitches, take this paper off the back, take the paper off the back. We now officially have a patch. Look at that. I'm excited. Oh my gosh. I have the patch. You don't have an embroiderer. Sorry. My daughter is homesick today and I missed the patches. Oh, I'm so sorry, Nicole. I'm so sorry. Good vibes to your daughter. Let's all send some good vibes to her daughter. I will repost my live. My live will be reposted this afternoon to YT and FB. So come give me a follow on there and you'll be able to see the videos again. So that way you can see how to make a patch. That way you can see how to make a patch, because check that out. Chickadee Treasures. We did one. This one we went through the whole process. We actually added the letters and everything. So that one is on there. But it turned out so cool. So who's going to make a patch now? Can you put them on a product to see how to attach it? Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's put it... What do we want to put it on? Hold on. We'll put it on something. Let's put it on. Let's do this. I'm going to add it to the back of this quilt. So I have this gnome quilt that I made. Isn't it cute? It's got music notes. It's all quilted. Right? Right? Is that not cute? So what we're going to do is we'll add this patch to the back. We will add, it'll be, because I usually add a signature onto the back. We'll add this as the back. We will add this as the back. So let's come this way. I'm going to come this way. So we're just going to put this. We'll add this. Thank you, Christy. So we're going to add this on here. We're going to go down a little bit because I still got to add the binding. I still got to add the binding to this. I'm thinking, what is that? That's the top. That's all right. We're going to put it right there. So we're going to... That may have to go... Stay there. I don't know how that's going to work with the leather. I think it's going to be fine. So what I do with these is I heat them and bond them, and then we may have to... Are you going to work? Oh, it's sticking now. Just have to press a little bit more. Press a little bit more. Just press a little bit. Press a little bit. The pleather doesn't like to be ironed. If you use cotton or something, or it works out okay. Yay! It worked! It worked! We now have a signature on the back of this quilt. We now have a signature on the back of the quilt. It worked out really well. It worked out really well. So now Gnomes is all patched. Gnomes. Somebody needs to buy this quilt, y'all, because it needs to go to a home. Somebody needs to snuggle with this quilt. I am in love with this quilt. Somebody doesn't get it, I'm going to keep it. Somebody doesn't take it, I'm going to keep it myself. That worked out really well. That worked out really well. Super cute. Super, super cute, y'all. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so patches. Did y'all have fun with patches? Did y'all have fun with patches? It's on my page. You can go check my page. And I do take multiple payments and stuff on there too. So including overtime. You can do overtime on there too. So lots of fun. Yeah, patches. I'm loving the patches. I am in love with the patches. Super excited. I'm waiting for Black Friday to... Oh my gosh, how cool. Awesome, awesome. Yes, you'll have to let me know. Send me a picture. If anybody makes a patch, let me know if you make a patch. Yes, you can do installments. Yes, you can do installments on there, Christy, because it's, I forget what, is it Klarna? I forget, something's on there. So it's on my, it's in my bio. If you click on my bio, you'll see my FB page, my YT page, my website that you can go look at my items. So you should be able, if you click in my bio, you should be able to go to that and see it. But yeah, I will be reposting, this live, so everybody needs to make a patch. The patches are fun. Patches are a lot of fun. All right, what time is it? It's about 6:30, y'all. I'm getting my hair done today. I am super excited. Thank you, Amy. That was a fun live. Yes, making patches was fun. And all y'all can make patches now. You're making patches for sure. Awesome! Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm glad you've learned a lot, Miss Bessie. I am glad you've learned a lot because I love teaching y'all, and this makes my day when I am able to show y'all. So, anybody know what you can make with fleece other than a blanket? Bears? Bears? You can make bears. We could make fleece bears. Thank you, coolest dad. Thank you. Yeah, it's a little bit of a drive to go get my hair done, so. But y'all will see tomorrow. We'll see. Y'all have to tell me what you think tomorrow, so. Yes, the bear pattern is there. Absolutely, absolutely. You could do that too. So many different ideas. So many different ideas, y'all. So, all right. I'm going to let you guys go. I need to get a couple things done before I head out the door. Miss Nikki, I will see you on Monday. You guys all have a great day. Thank you all for hanging out. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. Y'all guys are awesome. Tomorrow we are making a rope bowl. I actually have an order for a rope bowl, and I think we're going to do that tomorrow. So come hang out tomorrow. Come hang out tomorrow. Oh, I'm glad you had a good day today. So you too, Miss Nikki, and have fun with your son. Hang out with your son there. So you guys all have a good day, and see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.